Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome to Knowles Tarot. Hope you guys are feeling pretty good. Hope you're doing okay. Sorry if you can hear the fan or anything. I hope the sound's okay. It should be. It normally is. This is going to be for the week of the 18th to the 24th of December. Kind of ish. It's usually pretty general, but it's a general reading, so welcome in. If you're new here, I'm Shamar. This is Knowles Tarot. Thank you for being here so much. I hope it helps. Yeah, the general readings, normally it's a 4 card spread. It's going to be where you've been, sort of the past, immediate future, where you're going to. So, phew, I don't know why. Feeling distracted now. Of all times to be distracted. The third one is your advice, and then the fourth card, I can't do my hand doesn't physically do that. The fourth card, I can't do the thumb, and then when it gets to 3, I stop. The fourth one doesn't go up without the pinky. The fourth card is your overall outcome. You see what I mean about the distraction? There might be a bit of a distraction energy. I don't know why. Meditation could help if you're thinking that you might be a bit distracted. Oh, my light's off. What the hell? I'm totally distracted. Give me a sec. What color y'all want? You can't really answer me. I'm gonna put on red just because I'm feeling it. Doesn't really show up on the thingy, but you know, it's for the vibe. It's for the energy. Maybe I can. Oh, sorry. I know it takes me forever to get into these readings sometimes. Yeah, that's a normal me thing too, dropping stuff. Ay. Jesus. So sorry. Welcome into the reading. Oh my god. Hope you guys are feeling okay. Let me fix this. Alright. So, 4 card spread, sorry. And that's going to be with starting off with the Lenormand to get like the overall. And then I'm picking up this deck today. I don't. It kind of switches up sometimes, so I guess we're gonna start with the Prism Oracle for the overall energy feelings, and then clarify it with the Hermetic. I have not shuffled these since the last reading, so they feel pretty. I don't know, it's almost just jumping into this message. It's like a new journey almost. I feel like there's not much to say beforehand. I don't know. Not many feelings. Yeah, let's get into this. See what we have from the Little Normand. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Personal reading info for that is down below. I'm done peddling myself. Let's see what's going on with y'all. The Fish. King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles. So something I noticed recently with this card is like this fish. So whatever choice you're making, whatever, because it feels like a choice on how you decide to move with yourself. But like these guys are going that way. This fish is going that way. It doesn't matter about which way it's going. It's sort of like an individual idea almost, because the 3 and the 4 makes a 7. So it does feel like your individual ideas based on your experience, how you move through the world, what you learn. So you probably learned something recently. It's causing you to move differently, possibly. Maybe. The King of Pentacles, business, finance, maybe moving up in the world. Maybe you have a new opportunity coming forward for you that makes you feel like you have more responsibility. Like you have with the fish, it can be like a leader, like the school of fish. So like you might be in charge of something now, leading something, managing something. I see his home at the bottom now. So a structure, a house, and there's that 4. There's that 3 going to the 4. So definitely like, and that's the King of Pentacles going to the King of Cups. So something you're learning about your heart for sure. You know what I mean? It's like 3, 4 Empress going to the Emperor. It's like it's like you're taking the right steps. If you've been following this journey, this actually follows the steps we've been taking. It's been really weird, like a magician energy to a high priestess that's been feeling, and then high priestess moving on to Empress, and now it feels like you're moving on to the Emperor, which is cool. That's cool. Why is it cool? Why is it cool? If you've ever seen what is it, the that show with Ben Platt, the politician, that the intro scene, if you've ever never seen that, maybe search it up on YouTube, like the theme song or theme intro video for the politician with Ben Platt. That's what I'm imagining, like the pieces that they all sewed in together. It's like the magician imagined these pieces, and the high priestess collected them, brought them all together, and then the empress put them into place almost. And it's almost like the emperor is now you walking forward with your vision. I don't know, it's really weird. So we'll get into it and see what's up. So what's the story for you guys with the immediate past, or where you've been, the root of the situation? The root, ideation. I like that. I can't tell. Is this like an orange? I think it's an orange card or a red one. We got passion underneath, so we're feeling the red and the orange kind of vibe right now. Like we're in the right spot. And that's what I'm feeling. You guys are in the right spot. Hold on one second. I went to go shut the door and almost tripped over these red shoes. The synchronicities are crazy. And I always trip over things, so that's not the crazy part. Ideation. It's like there's a one card that's called frustration, and they all have the shin on the end. So something about the suffix, the end of it. Something about completing something, the end of a phrase that you've been trying to complete. Because I feel like with the frustration card, I don't feel like finding it. It's not gonna come out immediately. Yeah, nice. Just took me about 3 turns to find it. 3 steps. You see how that's like a rectangle trying to go into a circle hole? There's no way. And I feel like you made it happen. You made something happen creatively. But see how this one couldn't fit in because of the square. The block was too big for the hole that it was going through, right? So it feels like you either opened your vision or made the issue smaller, or both. But it's a creative solution. You know what I mean? Like you couldn't fit them through how it was by nature, so you did something different with it. I like that because it's creative, and it's also a solution. It's 2 things at once. It gives you purpose, and it also feeds your soul. I like it. Whatever you've been doing. Letter I forget. I feel like it's a 9. I, J, K. K is a 2. I think J is a 1. So I has to be a 9, yeah. So a circle, completing a cycle, finishing something off. The end of a phrase, for sure. Oh, stuff's flying out. I'm sorry, but it's more of the RGB, red, green, blue, and they're all circles. This was what flew out. Look at that. One has like a square diamond going, a diamond. So you shifted your perspective. You shifted the square. You made it a diamond. You when you cut a raw rock, a raw something into a diamond, the time, the pressure it takes. You took the time. You went through the pressure, balancing it out. You turned like, you turn your head a bit. You move things around. You lock it into place. And something about like the water. You just letting it flow now. That flew out. Not what we have here, but let's see. That's pretty cool though. You're really rounding out something. or with the King of Pentacles rounding back, like circling back, because it looks like he's going backwards, but for an important reason. Because if you're going backwards, it's like you're still going with your individual flow for an important reason. You can't go with anyone else's flow. It doesn't really help your personal journey. It helps when you go along with your flow and that matches someone else's flow, you know. But you can't go on someone else's flow. Otherwise, you won't find what you're destined to look for, what your purpose to look for, you know. You're just finding someone else's journey. I don't know if that makes sense, but let's see what the immediate future is. That's fun. That's fun. That's fun. Interesting. Okay, so a maze, a bit of a maze of anxiety, but that's the A, something starting. So maybe it's a brand new journey, a brand new maze for you to figure out, and it might be giving you a bit of anxiety. Can't wait for the Hermetic, to clarify what this is about, but because I don't like this card. I don't even like the color on it, and I love all the colors. It feels very sick to me, so I don't know. Not just feeling sick, but with anxiety, yeah, like feeling uneasy with the new path laid before you. A lot of twists and turns, but you have the creative solution within you. You've already solved one problem. I feel like this mountain is just another thing to climb for you. But a maze would normally be on the ground. Normally, you know, you can get creative with it, do whatever you want in the world. But a maze is normally on the ground, so it's like this is ground level work. This is foundation work. It's important for you to go through this. I get terrified because sometimes after these readings, the immediate future be something that I like see, so I can understand a bit more about what I was reading. And if I experience anxiety, I just hope I get through it well. But let's see what we got for you guys for your advice. And that would help. That would help a lot. Determination. This is what I was seeing too. It's like a mountain. You have the ground level. Oh, it's nice. The colors are kind of grossly close to each other. So you're like unbelievably. You see how much of a shade off that, a tiny shade. That's how close you are to climbing and surmounting this mountain. I think this ground level is not only just ground level, but it's also rising you upwards, taking you upwards. You see the King of Pentacles, Capricorn energy, almost where it's like the levels to this, and like the elevator, the rising. You know what I mean? You're rising into something. Definitely rising into something, not out of something, because you've already come out of something else. It's at the bottom. Surrender. See how it's rising? And when it rises, it makes it smaller, and that's what I feel like, that rising that issue and letting and raising it up to your higher power, letting go of all control, is what shrinks the issue, the surrender of it. I like that. But your advice is determination, because that's what I felt. It's like a mountain. You go through the ground level maze, you make it to the mountain. It's a clear climb up. It feels like the groundwork is the hard part for some reason. But the advice is to keep, I feel like the advice isn't more so about the mountain, because once you get to the mountain's edge, you see the sun, you see what could be there for you. You may not be able to see what's on the other side, but that's the balance. You can't see what's on the other side, but it's a clear path up. There's no like squiggly lines on this mountain. It's just a straight triangle, and that triangle's reaching up. It's like you just have to keep climbing and reach up, you know, reach out, ask for help. The determination, the D on that is 4. It's Emperor stability, and then that's like 4 of wands. And you know, you have your 2 wands in 2 hands, but you don't have 4 hands. So you can't hold all 4 wands. So you can fight as much as you want with those 2 wands and be the best fighter you want. But there is another giving up of control that I think you are having to do. And if you do that, that's really the best way you can gain control, is by giving it up, you know? In the sense of like, if you know you've done all you can, or you're doing all you can, and you want to know what more you can do, if there's nothing else physically, it's spiritually, you know, it's reaching to willpower. You know, they say willpower is sometimes stronger than physical strength, and it really usually is, because it's like a matter of the brain, how much you can hold. Not just the brain, sorry, but like the reaching emotionally is very deep too. because your heart can lead you there, but sometimes even that fire is what keeps that water like in balance. Clicking, I need water. The way I just clicked my bones. I just see the light radiating outwards, and it's cool because like it feels expansive what you're going through. Let's see the outcome overall. I did not. Ooh, this creativity card wanted to fly out, and it's been coming around a lot, and that's the creative solution. You know what I'm saying? You're leading, and you're making your way up. Like is echelon the right word? I don't know. I'm probably not thinking of the right word, but you're rising in the ranks in a creative way. It's creative because it's from your own self. It's not something that, and you can find inspiration anywhere. You know, online, in a book, you can find inspiration wherever you find best, wherever your soul leads you to. You know, that's why it's personal journey. You find the answers the way you do, spirituality, and then you come together to share it with other people. Religion, two separate things, but that's what it means here in a sense. It's not relinquishing the whole group, but it's realizing the power you can bring to the whole once you focus on your individual. You know, it's very important. I love starting to see all the colors within the back now. I don't know, the back end, the tech, the behind the scenes, something about that, because this is behind this. Well, technically, the scene is on the other side of this mountain. You know, the sunlight, the garden, all the flowers, but you're behind the scenes right now, which feels high priestess, but also feels like, even in the Rider-Waite, the emperor is sitting in a throne in a fiery room, and there's no outside, which is always very interesting to me, because the emperor is supposed to be the outer layer, and the empress is supposed to be the inner layer, but the empress is always sitting in a field outside, and the emperor is sitting inside. You know, you see the balance in that? How the out man is inside and the in woman is outside? Very interesting. But you're behind the scenes, so if I say high priestess, it also makes me feel emperor because of that behind the scenes work. And I don't know why emperor is giving behind the scenes work to me today, but it'll probably come back. So just stay tuned because it will probably come back for sure. I know it might. The color procession here is weird. It looks like ketchup and mustard and relish, which is really gross. I don't know why, because it's the red, yellow, green, and all that boobaloo. So now I'm thinking hot dogs or whatever you can put condiments on. Condiments is a C word, which is the empress, and that's something that you can put onto something else to make it give it more taste, more flavor. So something about the creative way you're getting through this gives your life, more flavor, more depth. Do you know what I mean? Soul food. Now I'm thinking soul food, but like this is food to your soul. It gives you more of a personality. It fleshes you out. If you're riding along that wave, it's kind of hard. I love that. I always say that. I love that. I do though. All right, what's the outcome? What do we have for the outcome? What is it? I almost thought it was going to be that same card. Mystery? What the this reading is weird today. And and I'll probably do some more readings midweek or like in between so we can get some more info because this is pretty interesting. But mystery, it gives me a bit of that it feels like tower, I almost said. I like that because cleanse is on the bottom, so no matter what you're going through, it's going to be very cleansing. Mystery is an M, so it's 13, I believe. So death and rebirth with determination. Death and rebirth with that D is like on how you control, how you stabilize yourself, how you climb your inner mountains. And now the mystery. You see those two circles? There's a sun and there's the moon. There's balance for sure. So the known and the unknown, what you know and what you don't know, but how you're willing to still move forward, because these are still pathways. These are towers. Oh, they look like towers. These are towers a city almost you have to go through. This is a mountain you have to climb and go up and go through. So it's about how you continue to move, but there's a part of it you don't know, and that's the important part, because it's like not about harping on what you don't know. It's about still completing the cycle, still moving through. Because you can sit in the stasis in between death and rebirth and sort of just like be. Like, you know, so you see how this ball is like sitting in between literally water and air, like literally between two states of matter. You can sit in between those two and just sit there. But then you got one half of your body that's like turning old like a raisin. And you got one part of your body that's like drying up and like burning up. You see how that's not really balanced? You have to keep moving through so that your body can continue to be replenished over and over again and, you know, dried off and replenished. You have to continue through that flow. Staying there in stasis sort of, I don't know, it feels like it ages you in a sense and takes away, I don't know, it ages you in a weird way. Or it takes away the value of the age. No wisdom, no depth involved, just physical ramifications. I don't know. There's a lot of words now that I'm not even thinking of. I don't know what the heck is going on. Ooh, the sun at the bottom. I love that. Because there's a sun right here. And this could be a sun too. I just said moon because it's a darker card. But let's see. The sun's another big circle, so you have to round out the circle, whatever this is. Let's see. What do we have? An ideation in the past. Why is there creative solutions in the past? What y'all? Oh damn, strength. Yeah. Because imagine like you're trying to get like a square peg through a round hole, and you're just like trying to squeeze it in there. Like you're trying to push with all your strength, your physical strength, and you're like, I can't push it in there. I can't force it. It's like the physical strength is not gonna, like, you know, you've reached the limit. Like you're strong, yeah, physically strong. Like good job, bud. But what are you gonna? What about the create? Like if you can't physically do it, what are you gonna do creatively? What is your mind gonna spark? What are you gonna think of? What have you always known how to do that like you can use towards this situation? You know what I'm saying? Like the one part of the balance, you've tried it. You've tried physically pushing it. Sometimes that works. Sometimes you can physically knock something out the way. But when it doesn't work, what are you going to do? Are you going to let your ego, the lion, the fear, the big scary thing take you down? Or are you going to find a way to find a rock somewhere and no longer rely on your physical strength, but rely on a tool that has been left for you, you know? It's like a tool that's like left for you, like left for your spirit to find, you know? It's really cool. That's why this anxiety and this mystery doesn't feel so so frustrating to me. Like normally I'd be like so pissed and I want to like restart the reading because these cards make me feel like I want to give you guys the best energy. But what I feel like is you guys have what's the word? You guys have not only been given like, it's like, what's the best example? God, my Mercury is in Pisces, so I never know how to speak in words. I was just speaking pictures. God. Strength, like, you know, like time travelers and like in like TVs and movies shows where they like go forward or back in time and they like leave an object there, you know, and then like when you go back to the present or the future, like the object is there or like it's shifted over time. It's like that's what it's about. It's like maybe these pieces are dropped specifically and left for you. Like, you know, when you find something in perfect timing, you're like, oh, it's cool. Like, I'm so glad I found that. It's like in the past, you didn't think about it, but it was lined up perfectly for you to be in that spot, for it to be in that meeting point, you know? It's pretty cool. Like, even if it's not always intentional like that, it's pretty cool that it works like that. It's perfect timing usually. So with this, it's like you have all the pieces. You sort of just have to look for them, and that's cool because 7 does come before 8. So you do find that strength because with 7, it's the journey, it's the looking, it's the personal journey to find the pieces, and the 8 is having found them, now using them. I don't know, very cool. So you've gotten the strength, and it's not just like hoorah, push and force strength, but you found your strength within like your soul, not just your sight, not just your hands, not just your muscles, but your spiritual muscle, your heart, your mind. You've utilized those. It's like you got like a straitjacket and just like locked yourself up and just only allowed yourself to solve the problem with your mind and your soul. You know what I mean? No physical. No physical. Let's see what in the future. Why is there anxiety? Why is there anxiety? Because I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of anxiety. Anxiety in the immediate future is pretty interesting too, because thinking of the future, living in the future, not living in the present, like living in like what could happen, how could I fix that, what could I do? That's usually what gives people anxiety. That's why there's so many pathways here, so many bumps and turns, because they don't normally exist, but your brain will form them because because we're such powerful manifestors. We think about our future so much. We create it, you know, like we don't create everything. Like fate happens, we move along a path, but we can still, like, you know, you get jobs, you get money, you find love. These are things that you want, so you create them in your mind before they become, you know. So that's what anxiety kind of feels like in the future, and it's interesting it's in the future just because, like, that's where it kind of belongs. But it's in, but let's see why. I don't know. I'm like feeling like a broken computer now. I'm like, but. Okay. I'm digging for this one. Eight of Swords. God, that's exactly what I was just kind of saying. Because the Eight of Swords can be like the person who is shortening your force, the person who is in the way of your. Because the Eight can be effort, manifestation. Think, I don't know. It's interesting because 8 is the house of Scorpio, but also 8 with the 8 rings and such can also kind of refer. And there's number 8 right here too, so a lot of 8s. It can refer to and this is the card we started off with being a 7. This is a 7 or 8 lesson. Which I was gonna say, the 8 can also remind me of like Capricorn with those 8 rings and the effort involved, and like, so then it also reminds me of like the devil energy. So not just Scorpio, but Capricorn for some reason. And I think that's interesting too, because 7, where you're coming from, the journey, plus the 8, the effort you have to put in. 7 plus 8 equals 15, which is Capricorn, which is the devil. So it matches up in my brain, and it matches up in the cards where I'm seeing the 8 of Swords and anxiety in the immediate future. Is like, if there is a situation or it's causing you anxiety or it's shortening your force, you see it shortening your, not just your physical force, but everything, your mind, your manifesting abilities with these swords, and like the emotions involved. I think that's Jupiter, and I think that's, oh God, I can't remember. Maybe that's probably Gemini. So Jupiter and Gemini, and I could be wrong. It's maybe a Libra, but I don't think it's Libra. Oh God, these signs. I know that's Jupiter for sure. It has to be, but I don't know if that is Gemini or if that is Libra. Oh right. Where's the Justice card when you need it? Just disappearing. Because, oh, okay, so that's Libra with the pregnant belly laying down thingy. I don't know, it's a weird way to imagine it now. So this is Gemini, so expansion, and then the whole twin idea. The Gemini is choices. So you're right, the choices that you make based on like your mind's expansion. So your mind, and with Gemini, the double sides, being able to see both sides of it, being able to see the good and the bad. So knowing like the full awareness of it. I don't know, the depths of it, knowing the depths of yourself and the depths of everything else. And the anxiety, right? With the anxiety, it's like the good and the bad. Like, you know, you're gonna make it through this path, but you also know that it is gonna it's gonna take effort, and it's gonna take like bumping through some things and maybe having a bit of anxiety, being a bit fearful. But the beautiful thing about it is that these swords almost literally look like all these. And these 8 swords don't come from anybody else. It's funny because we manifest all 8 of those swords, which we have to get to the ninth, to get to the 10th, to complete it all out. So it's in a very important process. That's the Gemini energy too. It's a very important process. But that energy also tells you that it can feel bad, for sure. And it can feel, it can give you a weird sickly feeling. And but it will expand you. But with Jupiter too, not only expand you, but with it being a journey and it taking time and it taking patience, it will take time and patience, and that's that balance. There's so much of it, but the reward, the outcome, the return is. Oh yeah, I'm almost thinking Jupiter returned. I've never heard that phrase much often, but it sounds nice because it sounds like it expands you, it teaches you, it opens you up. But you've always been, I don't know, you've always been so powerful, but it just really gives you the awareness. It opens you up. So this can be a really good energy. You can really be put into, in the immediate future, an energy of creating your future. And not even just creating a future, but with these 8 swords, they can no longer block your vision, but they can be the swords that cut down anything in your way. It's just how you utilize it, honestly. And with the 8 of swords and with the strength, I think you're going to be good. I think it's just important that you know that there might be anxiety coming forward, and that if anything does stop you, it's nothing outside of you, for sure. Because with the infinity, it's an infinite loop, but it contains everything within that infinity. So there's still things out. I think there's really nothing outside of that infinity, almost. Like if there is anything, it's just space and time. So I don't know. In the future, coming forward, bit of anxiety, but even with how the red and the green in this card, like, even almost mirror each other, but like they're opposite still, your creative solution is what's going to get you out of that, for sure. It almost feels like they're the same energy, even with how these 8s are like mirroring each other. But one is showing you in a very strong position, as one is showing you in a very fearful position. And I believe that's the balance. Maybe you've been really strong in the past, so this is like a lesson to be like, okay, so are you strong still? Will you still push forward? And I believe that if you just give that ounce, that inkling of, I want to push forward, I want to keep moving, is all that you'll need to propel you and then keep you going, you know? Nothing too like, see, there's the patience, the effort, the time, the dip. Ooh.
And I want to connect to the family. Get out of here with that bull crap. This woman been with this man. She been changing his diapers now for
So
10
good.
years.
Changing his diaper now for 10 years. Jenny and Submit.
Wait, but is he gonna have to change her diapers?
Yes, good point.
She's about to change the diapers.
Good point.
Oh wait, oh but she's already changing his diaper. That's nasty. They don't really need to be doing this.
You said dang, aren't you? Bro, if I was filming like an actual real life, I would be looking at a man differently.
They don't even match up at a point where they like line up. Like,
And now Submit, he's like, I want to go work, and he's supposed to go be running a restaurant with his friend, and like they say that every day, like he's working 7 days a week, and Jenny's like, so you can leave me here by myself all day every day, and he's like, yeah, and he literally said, I'm tired of being stuck up here with you.
oh my god.
And Jenny's like, well, I'm like Social Security, and he's like, that's nice, but I gotta get out of here.
So are they working out?
I don't. Dad said he gonna give him 1 to 2 more years. And so he said there's no reason for him to accept a relationship because we'll be done in 1 to 2 years anyway. He said my son's gonna get tired though.
That's too much.
But Submit is starting to make some weird moves. I'm telling you, Submit is starting to move weird with Jenny now. So as long as her dad is saying that, like, he may just be telling the truth.
He's gonna get it. He's gonna get out. Justice for Submit. No, for real. Right. I actually, wait, determination. All right. Not sure where Eight of Swords. You remember? Oh, whatever. So Eight of Swords, anxiety. Ooh. Determination. How do you start? Double-sided, double-sided, double-edged sword, double-edged sword. Coming back after the ooh. Now coming back, the Eight of Swords with the Gemini energy is still again with Jupiter and expansing the double-edged sword, and I think that's the whole energy of what it is. It's a double-edged sword, in a sense. And I forget what that phrase means, and I'll have to look it up later because like, of course, you know what the phrase means, where it's like, oh, it's a sword that has, a good and a bad. But I like to really go in to be like, why is it double-edged? Where is the double part? Why is there an edge? Why is there a sword? I like to know every little piece because it helps to know. But I just know that that's the energy. And if you want to search it up to see what it means to you, that might be the important case here. Because that's what it's about. Knowing the big and general information and then knowing your personal connection to it. That's important. But let's move on past that anxiety. Ace of Swords at the bottom. That means whatever what was said. That's that on that. I forget how to say that, but that's that on that. So Ace of Swords mean there's clarity coming for sure, and the red was reflecting off it. It's giving me Emperor. This is a very Emperor energy, especially with the Eight of Swords being a manifesting energy. Like Eight of Swords in its positive light, because all cards are positive and negative. In its positive light is like someone who can like manifest out the wazoo, all these swords just coming out of nowhere. It's like very, very nice. It's infinite. It's like a production line. It's like everything comes out perfectly exactly the same each time, but even maybe like in advance, or no, I think it would come out, if you want to advance, that would be more of like Nine of Swords, I feel. You know what I mean? That's the positive of that. It's always another step forward. We're always looking for more. It's the human experience. Let's see. Determination. Why is that the advice though? What's up with determination? Six of Cups. Sun and Scorpio, determination to really bring light to a mess is always feeling like with Six of Cups, but bring awareness. Scorpio, bring awareness to. You see the tail there? So maybe bring awareness to your soul, to your root, to where you started. Something important about where you started. But see how that tail is at the end of the letter? Very interesting balance on that Scorpio energy. It seems kind of complex. You determined to bring balance though with that six, to really bring harmony to some sort of emotional situation. Maybe your inner emotions. Maybe there's turmoil within your emotions, and look at that. It even looks like a DNA structure, and I love how that matches with the Scorpio energy of like your makeup, your body, your from your soul to from the soul to the physical part. I don't know. Maybe determined to really bring balance to your structure, to your DNA, to your line, to your family, people that matter. Like harmonizing yourself, finding your equilibrium. Coming to the middle point of this mountain might be an equilibrium spot, but might be also with fire and air. With Scorpio, fire and air, fire and water makes like steam, so it makes like visible air. I literally might throw up. That's cool. That makes sense. Because of the sun being there.
Oh, they got the trash.
Who?
They got the trash.
Did they? Thank y'all. Invisible smoke. So that's interesting. The scientific matter of putting water and fire together is something very smart about that, because it makes air visible, turns it into steam so that it can clean out your pores and clean out all like the mess, because it opens it up, right? And that's more opening up your eyes, opening up, going up a mountain, but opening up at the same time. The advice is to open up. I feel open up and let the mess flow out, not like try to like push at the mess and try to push it out, but let it flow out in a natural way. The action you need to take though is the continuous balance of fire and water, of being passionate but keeping your emotions stable. Doing both at once, like not shying away from your emotions, but then not letting your fire die out, because I think that's what's on either side of this one mountain. And this one mountain is, I feel, the steam that comes from the two. And the steam is what, and sometimes you can use steam or smoke to like be a signal to let someone know this is the target area. This is where you need to come to. This is where you need to, X marks the spot, the whole spiel I'm always on. Some of my spiels die out, but this is a new one. X marks the spot. I don't know what the spot is or why X is marking it, but X is marking it. Labeling it. It's letting it, I don't know. Scorpio, because I also think Scorpio is like a bird sometimes. Like it's like an aviator, but it's like a black bird. And that's another key thing, because a black bird, usually you see birds flying, usually around daytime. I don't know, you can see them at night if you possibly sometimes. But a black bird on a blue sky really draws attention to it usually. So drawing attention to it, like the way smoke draws attention to the area, like there's something about that. And drawing, I think of like, not just like physically drawing, which isn't the creative solution, but the way Scorpio draw, like it feels like a needle sometimes, the way it extracts the info. You know what I mean? This is about going deep, bringing awareness, putting a signal out, drawing attention to something and really cleaning it. It might just be about the awareness, honestly. And look how the sun is on both of those cards. Very cool. It's just like, and look at that. That's like the mountain you have to climb. That's the same mountain. It's about building up. But you can't build up if you don't go down to the very bottom first, though. So I think it's important, the journey that you're on, and being aware that like it is a journey. So patience involved. And the fire and water feels like temperance. So like, taking your time is important. Taking your being who you are, keeping your DNA structure while you're trying, not being someone different, because that won't help. It won't help if you're trying to build yourself from a false perspective. I don't know. Ooh, the Empress. And that 3 comes out. That means we are ready for towards end of this reading, because I feel like this is where you learn how to be your best emperor self. And this is where I learned how to not hit my mic anymore. Oh my god. Mystery in the outcome. Why is there mystery? Why is it a mystery? The 9 of Pentacles. 3, 6, 9. Very cool. 6 of Cups and it's 9. What's at the bottom? Oh, it was sticking out. Oh my god. Look at what was sticking out. Not only the contract card, which is the first where I saw the Hermetic. And that's 9. So very funny. Like the Hermit. I'm holding it upside down. Jesus. Hermit. It gives me Hermit and Hangman vibes for some reason now. So Virgo and Pisces, opposite energies. But in the numbers, it's only 9 to 12, only 2 steps apart from each other. I don't know. But here's the Emperor. Told you that vibe was showing up. Very cool. The 9 of Pentacles and the mystery. It feels like, again, the 9 being sovereign, and this mystery card being very dark and sort of internal. It feels like a very personal internal journey that's coming through for you. And I've been hearing that a bunch, so I feel like it might be a thing. Look at the mystery is like maybe the bad side of it, but look at the other M. Your death part of it is a mystery, and that's what you have to release yourself to. But the material gain, material girl, material guy, if that's who you want to be, or a material other beautiful other. That's cool because the M is like the rebirth. This material gain part is a rebirth, and you can tell because it's two. It's a two phrase. This is only one. I don't know. It's like you take the steps, you keep moving, you keep walking through the mystery. Individually, knowing who you are, being stable in yourself, taking your time to organize, and with Venus, valuing yourself to know like when you need to pause, when you need to keep walking. And there's that 9 of that full circle, and that's not a god dang full circle in the sky right there. The full circle that you're looking for, the circle, and like adding that would make the 10 very cool. So it's like to start your new journey, you have all these 9. You're so prepared for what you're going through, but there is like a last piece almost of a puzzle. And I feel like it's the last piece because it is purple in the procession, and it almost feels dark. So it's like you came out of the darkness, went through some light, and now the last piece of it is like darkness, and that's that Scorpio, the end of the journey, but it feels like the beginning of it, you know? So it's like taking you back in a sense. It's taking you back with the King of Pentacles. It is. It's almost like you're going back up the mountain to a scene to come right, to get information, but come back with a new perspective. But you see, like, I don't know, that adds on and makes a 10 right here. So it really starts a new journey for you if you go through that city, that mystery, and really the reason why it's dark is because you have these 2 walls on the side of you. Nothing behind you or nothing in front of you, nothing in your way, really. It's just the walls on the side. So it's like it could feel claustrophobic. It could feel like you can't hear. I don't know. It could feel like very forward or backwards. Like you can't make any other steps. So, I mean, that's really what it is. It's like forwards or backwards. It's like, do you want to keep going forward or do you want to go backwards? And that's the simplistic part of it, of course. But with that balanced energy we're using, it's definitely like still a choice. Like Gemini, like it's still a choice. So it's still up to you. The part that's not up to you is where you're going, forward or backwards, but it is up to you if you want to keep going. And I believe that that choice has that risk and that reward. Another 2-parter where it's like, it's up to you, but the reward of it's great if you keep moving forward. The reward is the 10 of Pentacles, it feels. Definitely. And with this being a 9, very cool, because we have the 7, 8, and the 9. So if you go backwards, it's more of a 7 phase. So you're more maybe in the school, in the group. You're not really an individual person. You're still finding your way through the group. And it's like, this is more about finding your way through yourself, because that's where you're going to find the real answers. Or else with the 8 of Swords, you're going to keep everyone's going to keep manifesting the same thing over and over and over again, which is okay. But it's like people manifest the same thing over and over again, but then they're still not content with their present. So it's like, and I don't know why I'm looking like this, because I'd be the same person to do that. I'll be the same person to do that day in and day out. But it's like, if I want more for myself, and there is another option to move forward, and that's the same thing for you guys and everybody else. It's not like you're stuck. Like, you can feel stuck, but the person that is holding you stuck is YONU, unfortunately, in the most loving way, you know what I mean? I'm sorry if that didn't come off rude, but it's important to know, because in the exact same breath, the person who can move you forward and who will, and absolutely no other choice but to, is you, you know? So it's not just you holding you back, it's you who can move you forward. Glass half full, half empty kind of shit, you know? Let's see what the last card from the Lorman, and see where we round this all out and see what we're going with this, because now I'm kind of hungry again, like always. The doors. And I want to pull one more because I was feeling it. Doors. And the well. Oh, very interesting. Put that right. Queen of Pentacles and the elements on that. There's a 5 and a 4. Or a 4 to a 5. Sorry. I don't know how to hold cards, it seems. A 4 to a 5. An advancement again. 4 to a 5. And a 6. And a 7. And some 8s. And 9. You guys are all lining up for sure. You're not really bouncing outside of your maybe comfort zone or outside of the realms of what's going on. Excuse me, sort of staying in line with what you're supposed to be doing. I kind of like that. I don't know. But there's choices and there's wishes to make. It's kind of what we were saying with the choices you make. And that wishing well, it's a physical bucket that you can see, but you have to let it go down deep into the bottom of that well to make the wish. The wish doesn't come true unless it touches the water or it goes down, you know. And again, like being down, being deep in the bottom, it doesn't. But then the bucket comes right back up still, and when the bucket comes up, it has your wish. So I think there's really no way. There's no right or wrong way to go about this. But again, wow, it feels like this reading feels interesting because it's not like much universal help on your hand. I don't see much major arcana, and that's a key factor. Because it's like you're more so manning this. Or, not manning. Well, I should say handling. More so handling this on your own. In your physical... In your own... the elements, you're handling this out of your own elements. Less of the universe's help, but the universe's guidance, like understanding. I thought about that word. So it's like the universe is standing under you while you drive the ship, but they're still watching, you know. But the reason why I say that is because these wishes you make, the choices you make, it's being left up to you. So you can wish for a world of stuckness. With 9 of Pentacles, maybe feeling bored, stuck, alone, by yourself, comfortable, you know, comfortable. You can be happy with the strength that you've gained. You can be happy with the level of success that you've gained, the level, the echelon you're now up on, you know. I don't know if I'm still using that word right or not. I don't care, though. But, so it's like you can create anything. You can make anything. And it'll be perfectly fine with the world that you choose. But now I'm seeing the Queen here, and it's like internal, it's organization, it's nurturing, it's the collection, it's the again with the Queen, the understanding. So whatever choice you make, the universe will stand under it and stand by you, you know. And I feel like it's cool because these doors, I always thought they'd go different places, but it feels like you could walk in that one and just come right back out that one down the line. But I remember also this red carpet, it's about your self-value, knowing what you're worth, knowing. I feel like these doors don't exist, these choices don't exist until you form that idea inside yourself. Right, so this carpet, this form, these stairs, they'll look just like what you want. What you can see how it's in space, like it's in the internal space. You have to go through, and it feels like a journey. You have to process yourself and learn yourself to really understand what you want. Going in is daytime and coming out is nighttime, so you really take your time to go through that. You know what I'm saying? But the wish you make, if you make a wish, it's gonna come true for you in a sense, because it's not just making a wish out of nothing. Oh, that's beautiful. starting off with the king. I didn't realize starting off with the king of pentacles and then ending with the queen. It's like your physical strength, the outside, you've done what you can to feel with the outside. It's beautiful. But it's a balance. It's like you've impressed yourself on the outside. You've really been like there for other people. You've been very abundant, very nurturing. But now it's about leading yourself from the inside, being the one to stand up, walk up the stairs, and take that journey on the inside. Because I feel like that's important. You can't just sit down on the inside. You can't just be abundant on the inside. You have to really walk somewhere with it, move somewhere with it. Because this wishing well is stationary where it is. I think that's step 4 energy. It's stationary right where it is. It's going to stay right there. You know where to find it, but it's going to stay right behind those doors. And I'm sure someone else could walk up the stairs and make a wish for you. It wouldn't really probably come true because it's not like how the well works, I don't think. So someone can make, and yeah, like definitely how it works with those cards. It's like there's a specific way this works, but what you put in and what you get out can be totally different. Depending on who you are, depending on that one, who you are as an individual. So that's important. That's important. And with the 22, it's like make sure you just do maybe some reflection because it's going to reflect who you are. And that's what I'm saying. Like you can wish for anything and you can be a certain type of person and wish for something different. And it's not really going to come out that way. It's going to really always reflect because it comes off of your hand. The coin comes out of your hand and into the well. So it's like it has all of your energy and it goes down there. It's not going to give you something that you don't have or you can't think of. So if you can only think of yourself in a non-valuable light, if you can only think of yourself in a way that doesn't really match or reflect who you are, what you really can do, it's going to give you that. So you're going to push yourself back and turn your and sort of it's like literally trading $10 for one. It's like if you know you have $10, you probably should change it for the exact change, or try to hustle your way for more. That's the anxiety energy. We're always looking for more, human nature. But again, like, do you want to trade it out for $1? Then you're losing money, babe. And that's not even emotional or like. That's not like anything personal. That's sort of, then you're physically actually losing money. I don't know. My brain is turning off as we speak, but I hope that helped. I hope it does help because you guys are going somewhere awesome. Especially with 9. I told you this is all about completing that circle, and you guys do. Really, in a really cool way too, because it's like through the mystery, through the dark, through the fire. I don't know. 504 and anybody? I feel like I'm seeing that SpongeBob blinking meme. Anyways, again, I hope it helps. Like, share, subscribe, comment, subscribe to notifications. I be posting at wacky times, but I try to keep these weekly, so hopefully I can still do that. In the new year, Zodiacs will definitely come back. I'm hoping to figure out how to schedule that, but other than that, I hope this helps as always, and I'm always thankful that you guys are here. Like I said in the last video, liking and all that does help. Share it across platforms, so do that if you can. That'd be dope. But other than that, enjoy yourselves. YouTube is a fun place, so you can go watch some shorts or you can go watch some longs. I bet this one was a long. God. Anyways, thank you guys again. I hope you guys have a good one, and I'll see you guys whenever. Definitely next week, but keep an eye out. Again, notifications. I should be posting whenever. I'm going to go eat and drink water, so I'll see you guys soon. Bye, guys.